Welcome to Discourse. Today we're going to be discussing A Game of Masquerade by Shani Cosins. Everyone has heard of Jack the Ripper, the Whitechapel serial killer, whose identity remains a mystery to this day. But what if there is more to this mystery than meets the eye? What if the identity of the murderer is more than human? A fugitive from another world who joins forces with Scotland Yard is soon to discover that past and future events have created a monster, which ignites fear and outrage on the streets of the East End. So this is a sci-fi blended with historical crime. We are starting off in 1888, East End, London, so London Times, my favorite. We are introduced to a female character, Martha, and she is pretty much at the ends of her...
At the end of the road, on her last minutes on this earth, on her dying breath.
We find her in a horrible situation where she is clinging to her dead baby.
Walking into
water. Basically ready to end her life as well because her husband left her destitute. And I think in those times that was just, especially for people of lower standards or stature or social status, they definitely succumb to a lot of infidelity and death. So she's there, Martha's there with her baby in hands and ready to just drown herself essentially. But then she's saved by Elsie, who we find out is pretty pivotal in the story in regards to her being really a maternal figure for these women that she finds who literally have nothing left to live for, but she gives them purpose, she gives them meaning, and most importantly, she gives them safety.
Not the best,
right?
But it's better than death.
And that's essentially what Elsie says too. She's like, things could be worse. You can still have a life, you can still have a roof over your head and 3 meals a day. And it says a lot about the times, right? Like that is bare minimum, but it's also glory for them, which is so sad.
Better than the worst of it, which is could be out on the street and...
She was vulnerable. Martha is definitely vulnerable at the moment we meet her, but she's also in a vulnerable state as well when she's taken in by Elsie and who we know to be Oliver, who is essentially like the pimp, the leader,
He's the leader, the prime boss, right. But at the same time, he is safety, he's shelter, protection. It's a weird dynamic, but it works, and I guess this is during those times, right? It was normal.
Right, so he definitely feeds off the vulnerable, which are the women like Martha in this case.
So she gets saved only...
Right, to quickly then get murdered. And so that's where we're introduced to our main character, Professor Orlando, or Professor as he has everyone call him. He is an alien. This is where the sci-fi aspect comes in. And I actually didn't read the genre before I started reading this, so I was kind of like, wait, this is going sci-fi? Yes! I love sci-fi. So it's an alien who accidentally time travels back to this time, 1888 London East End times. Earth, yeah, exactly. And he's super intelligent. He definitely mimics how at the time they dress, and he definitely puts on the persona or the facade of being super highly intelligent, probably wealthy, and higher status in society. And definitely at those times, society was in levels, right? So you're treated way better if you're intelligent and you have money. Unlike the women who were treated horribly and were taken advantage of and exploited.
Even
and
the
they were
cops
vulnerable, right? So
allowed it.
Right.
A lot of the story takes place at the bar, Oliver's bar, right?
Right, Oliver's bar.
And you could see the differences in these different statuses. Like a cop walks in.
Right.
Everyone starts acting differently. They're quiet. They show them respect like they're the law.
Right.
Then the cop leaves. They're back to normal. The sailors are, speaking their
Speaking their mind. Speaking their mind,
being
causing
vulgar,
trouble.
causing trouble, getting into fights.
Right.
Prostitution's going on.
Right.
And then the professor walks in. They act the same, but they treat him like high class. They don't try to punk him or beat him up or take advantage of him because he's the smart guy. Then there's also detectives, and everyone's treated differently, and it's just funny just how they all work together in that bar. You see a lot.
Yeah, you see the dynamics of all the social classes, right? All in one area. And so he enters the establishment.
Hey.
And he meets Oliver, he meets Molly, who is another key character in the story. She is a very young and brand new prostitute. Mm-hmm. And at first I didn't realize how young she was. And
till her birthday came up.
Right. And then when we came around to knowing exactly how old she was, which was turning 15.
Her quinceañera.
Oh my gosh. I was just taken aback. But then, you think about the times, and historically we know this is not anything new, right? Even today, there's a lot of the child trafficking and things like that. So it was just shocking. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. So we're introduced to Molly. They become acquainted. And Professor, he's such a gentleman, and he wants nothing to do with her body, but he definitely does want to help take care of her, because when she's trying to give him services, because Ollivander, oh my God, Harry Potter, at Oliver's not request, but demand that she goes home with him and shows him a good time.
Before that, so he drinks or doesn't drink his beer, just walks out because he leaves.
Right.
And Oliver tells her, follow him. He's being discreet. These noble types, they don't want to be seen going to a room with a prostitute. They like to keep it secret. So she follows him, ends up almost getting killed.
Yes.
By who other than?
Possibly Jack the Ripper. Mm-hmm. So at this time, that's what's going on. Is Jack the Ripper? He, I believe, unfortunately, kills
3 at the time.
3 at the time. Martha is one of them. Our very first character introduced. And then poor Molly, 14-year-old Molly, almost gets taken as well. And Professor is there, thankfully, and helps save her. And he kind of, I think at that point, he just sort of assumes responsibility for her, especially because she's so young. And he's kind of like the outsider looking in, right? He's seeing her position in life, and he's thinking more logically rather than like he's observing humanity, right, from the outside, especially because he's an alien, right?
But aside from that, so technically he is a professor because he went to university, Galaxy Space University, whatever you call it, and he's very smart, and he actually studied the humans,
right,
which he kept referring to like ape-like creatures that are like vulgar and they're just like killing. So he knows the human race already, but being there in person, going back in time accidentally,
right?
He's at first he just started like outside in, looking at them, seeing how they work, how they are in person. But then with this situation where Molly, a personal, I wouldn't say friend, but eventually maybe they become friends.
He starts to connect with her.
Yeah. He gets involved, but then that's where he starts questioning, right?
Right, exactly. And so he saves her life, and he quickly finds himself
involved with the police force and the detectives.
Right, we're introduced to the detectives, Brett and Wainwright, and they're brought in to hopefully quickly find whoever this Jack the Ripper character is and solve it, because obviously they don't want people dying everywhere, but also they want it done quickly. And so the professor just tells them, you know what? I'm going to help you guys. I'm involved. And they're like, who is this guy? And he's like, oh no, it's cool. It's hush hush. I'm supposed to be here. It's just a secret.
It's top secret. I was sent, I was sent by the top.
I was sent to help you guys.
Don't worry about it. Just get me involved. Let me see those pictures.
I know. Oh man. Yeah, the author does a really good job with keeping things graphic enough, but not to where you're kind of like, oh my god, this is overwhelmingly gory.
Oh, when they go through the pictures and describe the murders.
Right.
Oh, and also the slang or the language, right, from the different
their
statuses.
Dialect.
The
yes,
dialect.
For sure.
You could tell where they are in that.
In the hierarchy of society. Yeah, it's crazy. As soon as you hear someone speak, you know which class they identify with.
And here's a professor with no credentials, just I'm a professor and all this stuff.
Smarty pants.
He's always listing like extra stuff.
Right.
And then they just look at him and they're like, all right. And
good.
We weren't notified, said Inspector Wainwright. It's top secret, the professor whispered. Hush, hush, if you know what I mean. Wainwright hesitated, uncertain whether to believe him or not. He glanced at the professor's intense expression and immediately became privy to someone intelligent, earnest, and constant. Very well then, we can arrange to go now if you wish.
Right, so the professor struggles throughout the story of whether or not he should be involved enough to where he changes history, or if he can still find the killer without making too much of a dramatic change.
Because let's not forget, he went back in time.
Right. And he's also privy to knowledge of him researching like the Earth and humans and things like that. So he kind of already knew a little bit of information about Jack the Ripper, or at least was like, oh yeah, I remember learning about that. So he does have some sort of advantage in this case. So like changing history is definitely possible. So, but we're kind of like, would we change history?
Yeah, like when he just saved Molly.
Right.
Did that impact anything? Have like a butterfly effect or whatever.
Right.
Or even us, like now, right? Like for me, 15 years ago, my friend invited me to his 5-year-old's birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. And I was like a college kid. Why would I go to a 5-year-old's Chuck E. Cheese birthday party by myself? I was like, sure, I'll go. And when I went, I met Rita here. And it was just a decision to go to a 5-year-old's Chuck E. Cheese birthday party.
Yeah, and so in Professor's case, it's like, okay, here's this murderer going on this crazy killing streak. It's such a struggle. Like, should I allow more people to die, or should I just catch him and possibly change the fate of literally the entire world?
If you stop that streak,
right.
Would he have just traveled to another state, another country, caused murders everywhere, or caused others to come up? Who knows? Or even, like, my personal favorite or thought would be, like, I love history. So Hitler. A lot of people know Hitler. Like, if I had a time machine, I'll go back and take out Hitler, and that will end World War II. But would it? Because I know Hitler had a lot of competent generals, way smarter, way better, more tactical, and better at his job than himself. If he was taken out and a competent person came in, they could have easily probably did more, destruction and stuff. So yeah, the professor ends up getting involved, and he keeps hanging out with Molly, and we see more of Oliver, the pimp. It's a sad situation, but at the same time, there's a moment where one of the girls gets attacked by a sailor, and Oliver takes care of it. So at least, even though he's aggressive and abusive at times, he protects his girls. Yeah. So it's interesting.
He protects his investments.
His investments, yeah. But back to the professor, and he has like a invincible spaceship.
Invincible.
Invisalign.
What? Invisible?
The professor has a spaceship that's invisible, and he goes in to sleep to do whatever, but he keeps referring to this machine that he said he's going to, like, the theater, or he's going somewhere, and it prints out, like, the clothing of the time.
Yeah, whatever he needs.
Like the suit, the hat, everything.
Currency.
He's rich. He's like, okay, a guy like me should carry around like 100 pounds or whatever. Boom, printed. Food. He made this machine print out food for Molly when she was there.
And she's hungry.
After the event.
I'm like, where is this machine at? Can you imagine?
I don't know. That machine is just awesome. I'm more interested in that than Jack the Ripper.
He's like, tell us more about this amazing machine, yeah? Can make currency? Excuse me?
Like,
food? Able snacks?
Snacks. Ooh, free snacks.
You're like, screw the money. At this point, I can just make whatever I need.
Oh, man. Yeah. So I'm definitely interested in that. So what else can this alien do, right? Or what's in his spaceship? And he was also leaving where he was currently at. What was he running from?
Right.
How did he end up on Earth?
Exactly. So much intrigue right off the bat, honestly.
It's like, that gets you, for the people that are interested in sci-fi, you know, there's all of those questions. For the people that are interested in history and like crime and murder, Jack the Ripper. We all wonder.
I know.
Who was this person? We were just aware that it's had to be like a surgeon or even a butcher. People that are used to making like precise cuts and incisions. So that also got me interested because I never dug too deep into Jack the Ripper. So you get, you know, the best of both those worlds.
Be sure to check out A Game of Masquerade by Shani Cousins.